Welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter, your home for all things relating to smart home technology. In this episode, we're going to talk about what a voltage reference device is and why you need one for your smart home. Hi, I'm Ron Nutter. We're going to be working on this together. This content is also available as an Amazon Flash Briefing or podcast. Please go to Tech Bites with Ron Nutter for more information. For any items mentioned in this episode, there are affiliate links in the description. If you click on these links, I may get a small commission, but that won't affect the price you pay for the item. If you want to get notified when new content is uploaded, please click on subscribe and enable notifications. Now here's what we'll be covering in this video, and it's why do you need a voltage reference for your smart home. First, we'll go over what a voltage reference device is. If you've not heard of one, don't worry about it, because this is not something that you might run across on a day-to-day basis. But it has a lot of advantages. Then we'll talk briefly about developing a test process. And this is so that when you do work with a voltage reference device, that you have a consistent pattern of doing it. And there's no right or wrong way to doing it, and it may just be easy to use all four voltages, but we'll discuss that process. And then finally, we'll show a couple of different multimeters and actually a small oscilloscope, and how all these devices can benefit from going through a voltage reference device. Well, to get the ball rolling, we first got to discuss what a voltage reference, if I can spell, device is. And this is basically a piece of equipment that will output voltage at a known level or known levels, so that you can verify the equipment you have, whether it's a voltmeter, digital multimeter, an oscilloscope, if it's seeing that same voltage. And if not, then you've got potentially some recalibration to do, or just adjust your settings when you write things down, that the display was this, but it was actually X when you cross-reference with a voltage reference device. Now, what we've also got to look at doing is coming up with some sort of test plan. Now, with the voltage reference device, of course, we're going to have 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. Now, there's several ways you can do this. You can use your more common voltages, which would be the 5 volts and 10 volts. Now, 5 volts, we all know that's what your wall warts put out, and most of your USB gear will operate at. Now, with the 10, that's not really a common voltage, but that's as close as we can get on a voltage reference device to being in 12 volts. So if you put the VRD on whatever device you measure your voltage with, and it says 10.00 or 000, then you've got a reasonably good chance at 12 being very close to that. I mean, that's the best we can do given the constraints we're dealing with, unless you are dealing with a higher end voltage reference device. Now, how often you should do this, that's up to you. Once a month, once every few months, it's going to depend on how critical it is for you to know what kind of drift that you're dealing with. The other thing is you will need to keep periodic check on the battery, and unfortunately there's really no way without getting into the box of the voltage reference device with the one that we're using to know what power level or what voltage is still left in the battery. So I would say if it's been several months since you've used it, if it has been some period of time since you remember using it, put it on charge. If the battery needs a charge, the device should let you know, yeah, we got some charging to do, and you can come back within an hour or so, and hopefully no more than 4 hours, and the battery should be fully charged. Now, to help you along the way, one of the things that we want to look at is to make sure this battery is fully charged. Now, it's entirely possible when you receive yours that it may be flat as far as having no charge at all. So the way you're going to charge it is there's a micro USB connector. I've already got one plugged in to a power source, so you'll know things are running all right when you plug it in and you see the little light go on there behind the positive terminal. Now that will stay on until the battery gets fully charged. Depending on how discharged your battery is, it may take 3 to 4 hours. So just be prepared to do that, because even now that I've removed the paper, you can kind of see the battery back in there. That's a fairly light battery. At some point it will go bad, so you'll either have to get comfortable with soldering a new battery in, because unfortunately they took out the connectors in this particular version, or you can simply power it from an external device. So we're going to take it off charge for right now, because we're going to show our first candidate here. Now this is the TC3 that you've seen me use, and we'll get everything in here to where everybody can see it. Now I've got it set on, if we go all the way out here, we'll go out to the main menu, we'll go to Tools and we'll click OK, and then we will go down here to Voltage, and we'll go ahead and turn on our voltage reference. Now an experiment that you're going to want to try, and you notice it's already coming up at 10 volts. Something you'll try is testing your voltage reference and the meter in question when you first turn it on, and then try it at say 5, 10, 15, 20-minute intervals, because depending on your meter it may require a settling in period. So I've got the voltage lead on here that's plugged into the says in 0 to 40 volts, and that's the only thing that should be plugged in on that one. So we'll go down here and we'll just lay those terminals in there, and there it comes into focus. So that's not bad. I mean, it was coming up at 10 volts earlier, but that's, you know, when you get out into the third digit, and see, there we go. It was, and it could be where I'm tapping into the voltage reference. And you're just going to have to kind of learn your equipment, and the term for that is called benchmarking. Now what we'll go here is we'll shift it down to 2.4 volts, and I can't just leave them in there. Okay, I had thought I might be able to get away with that one, but obviously not. So we will go down to 2.5, and we'll get my hands out of the way so the camera will focus up. And okay, there we go. Took it just a second. So 2.5, and it's, you know, it's a little over, but you have to learn what's normal for a machine. Now normally you would do go through whatever the recalibration process is, and typically with my experience that's been like a little pot in the back of the machine. With the amount of electronics in there, you'd have to go into a menu, and I've not found anything in here to give me that. So if we do, we'll go up here to another range, and again, this is all learning what's normal for you. Now you see it comes at 5 volts there, and it wavered just a little bit, and that could be where I'm hitting the side of one of the connectors. So I mean, you can't get much better than that. So that's not bad. And we'll go up here to 7.5. And so that's, again, this little meter is not doing bad in terms of reporting out what the voltage reference is doing. And we'll go take it back up to 10 as I lose my position for holding the probe. And in doing some testing earlier, this was locking right in at 10. So it could be just where I'm just not getting a good contact. I mean, one of the tricks you can do is get another set of multimeter probe leads, plug them in there, and then go from that. Now, let's see, do I have them laying readily at hand? And Here we go. Okay. Had them laying just on the side of the where I was doing the videos. So what we can do here is I will plug in probe leads into the voltage reference, and then plug in the probe leads, and then we'll just clip in on each of the appropriate color leads and make sure that they don't touch, because that would give us a short. Now that's probably going to give us a little bit better indication. Now we are adding an additional connection point, but this beats holding what's going on. And we'll just watch it here for a second. Okay, so it's pretty much locked in, but now what this gives us the flexibility of doing is we can change ranges or voltage references a lot easier. And okay, now 5 volts, see, they're coming up dead on the money. And 7.5, okay, 700, 701. So it was just where I was touching it. It looks like I wasn't getting a good solid contact. And let's go 10. And that's not bad. That gives you an idea of what the TC3 can do in terms of measuring voltage. Now this time I brought out my AstroAI meter, and this is one that I've used for quite a while, so we'll sit there, and with this one I don't have any probes to tap or click on the end, so what I will do is just sit them right in the connector, and that should work just fine. Now with this, it's showing just a, it flicked over 10 there at just 1 point, and so it seems to be pretty rock solid. Now what we'll do is we'll go down here to 2.5. You've got to kind of click and hold just a little bit. So at 2.5, the meter's running a little high, but not bad. And at 5, okay, when you get out into the second or third position, to me that's not a big deal, but depending on what you're working on, that could be a pretty big deal. Let's go up to 7.5. Now that's getting a little higher, but again, it's, you have to take things all in one fell swoop, because I've had the meter on for just maybe a minute, so after it's on for a little while, and this is something where you'll have to investigate which one will work the best for you. As far as which meter you got to leave on, how long to know how long your readings are going to be. So let's go back up to 10. Okay, now see, see it goes. It may just be with the meter figuring out where it needs to go, because it's rock solid there at 10. It flickered up high for just a little bit, and then we'll go back down to 2.5. Okay, so it's learning what is normal for your particular situation. So it's much like working out a test plan. Depending on what voltages you're working with on the DC side, you may not want to test all 4 voltages coming out of the voltage reference. You may find that, let's say if you're working on a PC, the 5 volt and the 10 volt may work fine for you. Now 10 volts is not exactly what you'll find on a PC, but depending on what power rail you're tapping, you could very well see around 12 volts. That's the 5 and 12 is the 2 common voltages I've run across in PCs. Where if this thing's rock solid at 10 off the voltage reference, then you're probably in pretty good shape to do the rest of it. And as far as to be able to use that to know that your readings at 12 are probably pretty close. Now over time it may vary. There may be times here, depending on how cold or how warm it is. It's just mainly it's benchmarking your gear and getting used to what is normal. Now I haven't run into the situation yet where the light goes on saying, hey, stupid, the battery's low, you need to charge me, and then I'm referring to the voltage reference at this point. I would say if you're using it quite a bit, let's see every couple of months, if you're not using it, say like every day, but you're using it once or twice a week, something like that, I wouldn't want to let it go too low. But on the other hand, this at least gets you an idea of what's going on. The lithium ions are not meant to be fully discharged before you charge them like the NiCads were. And I know some of you will disagree with me on that, but I've had to use NiCad radios and two-way radios, and NiCads were very quirky initially. And that's why as soon as the nickel metal hydrides came out, things became a lot better. With any battery, and unfortunately without going into the case, there's no way you can tell what voltage the battery is actually at. So you're just going to have to kind of use your best judgment, and at least this one tells you when it's fully charged, because the charge light that you saw earlier does go off. And you'll just have to find out what works for you, because how my voltage reference is going to respond to how long it has to charge may be different from yours. And the readout that mine's giving me might be a little different, but it at least gives you a fighting chance to know what is normal for your situation. And you don't worry too much about how off your readings may be. You at least know they're pretty close to being normal. So take a look at this one. You've seen what this has got the capability of doing, and I think you'll be very pleased with it.